Hello everyone, I am Hope, better known as Hope.M, and if you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. So guys, in this video, I am going to be giving you tips on how to study easier. This is a straightforward and quick one. Tip number 1, as a student or a learner, I would say that when you go to class, you should listen to your teacher or your lecturer. Do you know why? Because when it's time for you to study, it's gonna be easier. Why? Because you listened and now you have a clue of what you'll be studying. While taking notes in class, that is also effective for you to actually recall what the lecturer or the teacher was saying. So attending class is very much important. Listen to what they have to say. Number 2. While the teacher or lecturer is busy teaching, you are supposed to take note of key words. Take notes of words that are important. Take note of words that are really relevant and are needed when you answer questions. For instance, when you answer life sciences questions, there are certain words that they need to be present for you to actually get a mark. When defining something, there are certain key words that are needed there for you to actually get a mark. You might define the word correctly only to find out that you are missing what? The key word. And you're gonna lose that entire 3 marks or 2 marks because you left out the key word. So when you are studying, jot down what? The key words. Firstly, I said you should listen to your teacher. Secondly, you should make use of keywords and jot them down. Make sure you do not forget those key words. Number 3, when you get back from school, take a paper and try to recall each and everything that you learned in class. When you don't remember certain things, open your book to verify that this is what I learned, this and this and this and this. By doing that and actually studying on that specific day, you will gain more knowledge compared to you studying 2 weeks or a month after you have learned whatever that you have learned. So I would suggest that whenever you come back from school or if you've had a lesson, make sure you study today or review your notes today so that you can gain more knowledge. Do not put work and pile it up until it is exam time. Do not take risks. You will not pass, or you will pass but with a 40 or a 50. And where is that gonna take you? Where is a 50 gonna take you? Exactly my point. Tip number 4 on how to study easier. Repeat, 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 repeat your information. If you know, you know. Some people call it active recall, where when you do what? When you are studying, you make sure you write down your notes and then make sure you remember them by taking another paper and closing the notes and try remembering what you have studied. Active recall. Repeat, 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 repeat until you know it. Especially if you are having a hard time understanding what is happening. But one thing I've realized is that there are some modules or some subjects where you cannot take chances and just cram. They literally want you to understand. So for those modules that are actually hard and want you to discuss things, I would say you should rather fetch the lecturer or the teacher and tell them to explain until you understand. Because what is the use of cramming something while you know that when you cram that something, it's gonna come as a discussed question and is out of 20 marks or 10 marks and you know nothing. You only crammed a few points. When you cram those few points, maybe you crammed 10 points, but when you jot them down, you actually get 4 out of 10. And then you go and ask the teacher, why did I get 4 out of 10? Meanwhile, I mentioned all of the points. And then they're like, I said you should discuss. I didn't say you should mention or name. So if you don't know how to tackle a question, you should also go and do what? And consult. Those people get paid just because you consult, just because you come and ask questions. They won't hate you, they won't get angry at you for coming to consult. In fact, you make them happy. The fact that this child doesn't understand, but he or she took their time to come to me to tell me that they don't understand and they need help. It shows how much this child is actually dedicated. So dedicate yourself in what you do. Repeat, 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 active recall. If it is not information or a module that doesn't want general knowledge or you having to discuss. Repeat, 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 brackets, active recall. I'm not saying you should cram. I'm saying you should know it. That even after 2 months, if I can ask you, what were you reading? You should tell me what you were reading on this day. You repeat until you know the information. You don't repeat until you feel like you've crammed. When you close your book, you realize that you don't remember what you were actually studying, even though you've been reading it. Read it with understanding. Repeat, repeat, repeat with understanding. Don't just cram. Understand what you are reading. Like I said, tip number 5, don't forget what you were studying. The worst thing you can do is forget what you were studying. You can't spend 8 hours only to realize that you don't know anything because you were trying to cram the work. You shouldn't cram the work, like I said. Make sure you understand it. If you don't understand, take that word, put it into Google and try to understand what that specific word means. I'm talking about theory subjects, but when it comes to mathematics, go and consult. And we have Kevin Math Science if you're still doing mathematics from high school, but if you're in university, go and consult with your professor. You're not gonna die for doing that. Like I said, it was 5 ways to study easier. I will try, I'm not saying I will, but I will try to drop a more detailed video compared to this one. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please make sure you subscribe. Without that being said, I am signing out. God bless. Peace.